Hello everyone and welcome. This is some challenger level solo queue with a whole lot of pinging going on here by our red team, the Presents. We have our teams named Cake and Presents today to celebrate my girlfriend's 21st birthday, which is going to happen in about half an hour. So if we make it that far in this game, then we might all stop and wish her a little bit of a happy birthday. You can wish happy birthday in the chat or in the comments below once this makes it to YouTube. And her birthday is just like 2 weeks after mine. It's actually odd how close together we are, but we're seeing an invade here from Support Daddy and the rest of Presents as they totally just run right past the remainder of Cake here, who all circle around, and so now they're trapped on the other side of the map, and we'll see if they run into each other. That might be possible. Ooh, they're gonna wait in the tri-bush here, waiting for something. Let's see. They have Thresh actually hasn't leveled an ability yet, and if we take a look at Elise, nor has Elise. So if Elise needs to, she can grab the cocoon. It's definitely not preferential, but if they can grab a first blood out of it, it might be worth it to slow down the jungle just a little bit. They do see the recall from Riven so that he can run up to the very top lane and face off against Mundo, which will be a pretty boring lane unless they can potentially get a gank in from Elise. Sorry, I saw a tweet and it distracted me. I am the information age. And so if they could potentially burst him down enough with that ignite, with the wind slash for the execute damage, then Mundo's sustain might not be enough to get him out of that one. However, he's typically so survivable. Right now we'll see a basic buff trade. When Walter White runs up here, I think they will officially see that it has been stolen away, and the bottom lanes will just go back to normal. Elite Muffin grabbing the big headshot procs and that little bunny foo-foo. He turns around with a nice play. Elite Muffin gets ignited. Kitten is there from behind, and Elite Muffin is so low. Not that Boglin tries to flash in, but can't quite get the last hit. Little bunny foo-foo wants to grow in for the first blood, and he's actually going to chase Caitlyn all the way over here. Elite Muffin is still running away. If Ari can slip down, that might be a easy first blood. We'll see if Little Benny Fufu can grab it for himself. Caitlyn just going to go in suicide here to the turret. So there is the execute. And the top lane, Colossus of Rift, actually falling pretty low here to Onamenga, but should be able to sustain up a bit with his Doran Shield start, which is definitely going to help a lot against this Riven in the lane. Just keeping off some of the auto attack damage, helping to sustain his health back up as well, and giving him some nice base health. Now Walter H. White pushing out the lane early is going to utilize that really strong mechanic of Malzahar's to pass the Malefic Vision from minion to minion, both regenerating his mana and grabbing a nice amount of gold in the process. Now pushing this lane up, he's going to force Zalrog to farm under the turret, and it should be able to limit his roaming potential, especially when it's level 6. He'll have to either lose a lot of turret damage or lose his map presence, whereas Malzahar is pretty okay farming this lane for now. Ooh, Support Daddy gonna barely dodge out of that death sentence. The Flays are there, though, and they're really helping gnaw that Boglin to land some crucial auto attacks in this lane. Elise roaming in the jungle, going to actually not find Butt Pounder, who has the official best name in League. Onamenga going to do a little bit of a ring around the rosy here, and he could be caught out in a rough spot. Elise is going for the full steal. Onamenga is so close. He throws down the ignite. Is he going to be able to get closer to the rift? Yes, he finally gets the first blood. Butt Pounder now chasing after. Elise is coming up for the defense, though. Let's see if Onamenga can flip around, gets the stun. There's the cocoon to immediately chain on, and Onamenga grabs a second kill and the red buff off of Wukong there. Walter White flashes away, but the repel is there to chase, and he does escape, but barely with his life. In the bottom lane as well, Caitlyn did fall for the second time this game. The first one they gave up a kill, but that is a kill here for Nob that Boglin, a name he chose because he hates all shoutcasters. And so right now, Cake is getting off to an enormous start. Presence really has a lot to come back from just after a few minutes in this game, and we'll see how exactly they do it, because right now it's not looking too hot for them. You could say that Cake is looking pretty sweet right now, as I do my best freak impression. Oh, Butt Pounder. What would we do without you? Right now, Caitlyn is going to be able to get a bit of this CS back, just trying to farm it up under the turret. And with the minions building up, though, that will push this lane back into Lucian's favor. Well, he'll feel really comfortable since he already has that Vampiric Scepter and a longsword. Most likely going to go for a Trinity Force. Oh, Colossus of Rift! Solo up top on Omega, not able to follow up on that, though. And so that will be enormous pressure in the top lane after the double kill. Mundo only has 10 last hits. Butt Pounder moving in behind. He's going to jump in onto Little Bunny Fufu. He grabs the crushing blow. Is he going to be able to escape, though? Yes, he will. Butt Pounder. Now, oh, a perfect descendance onto Elite Muffin. I thought Butt Pounder might be their target, but that Caitlyn dropped so quick. The third death of the game. This 0-3-0 Caitlyn just 6 minutes in. Really not having a good start. Now that Balglin with great reflexes lands a nice piercing light and almost kills out Butt Pounder. He has to pop that clone to escape with his life. And this isn't looking too hot for Presence. I think that Dudley Dursley would definitely protest the amount of presence in this game. Oh, Onamenga, huge in the top, dives out Colossus of Rift. With that Wind Slash, really does so much burst damage, especially against a Mundo who doesn't even have his ultimate yet. The level 1 ultimate isn't that strong, and when you use it, it does cost a good percentage of your health, so it's actually a really great time to Wind Slash. However, he didn't even have that. That wasn't an issue. It was just Riven going in hard. After the jungler really made that lane, what I would say, a bit harder for Mundo. Elite Muffin and Support Daddy actually pushing up quite a bit now. They have to be careful about this, though. Caitlyn's level 3 to nod that Balglin's level 5. Elise moves around but does get spotted out by a pink ward in the river. So good placement by Support Daddy to keep them safe. The Tormented Solo just trying to grab a little vision in the river since it does grant sight. And the snare is just keeping them safe for now, but Death Sentence lands. Support Daddy has to be careful. Ardent Blaze, the flash flay in. Elite Muffin has to flash out of that one. Elise is coming up from behind, but not going to dive back here in the lane. Support Daddy going to try and recall safely off the side. And in the top, the roam actually from... Oh. Mundo was mid. Mundo was mid? I understand nothing. But that's a third kill onto Mundo, who has solely a Boots of Mobility. He might be a little salty. That's the word I'm going to use. I think Mundo... Oh, yep. Feed. Oh, here he comes. Oh, he's not doing it. I thought he was just bolting down mid lane to try and go for the quick feed. Maybe he's just going for the board for the map presence since he knows that he can't face up against his top laner, but I don't know. That might be giving him a little bit too much benefit. Here he is in the bot lane, landing the slows. Not that Boglin going to be able to burst him down so quickly. Little Bunny Fufu takes the kill on that one, and it looks like Mundo's not having the greatest game so far. Walter H. White continuing to push out this mid is doing what a Malzahar does best, but his team is just crumbling around him. Onamenga stealing away that red buff as Butt Pounder gets his butt pounded in the jungle by this level 7 Elise. That is level 7 over level 4. Support Daddy still doesn't have the ult. And Colossus of Rift has decided that 4 deaths is enough. And he is done assisting the enemy team. So yeah. So if any of you guys have ever thought in your games, oh man, bronze or gold or silver or wood is so difficult because of all the trolls and the levers and the feeders and jungler didn't gank and bot lane. What happens in Challenger 2? This is rough for everyone involved. Now they're just pushing. Now that Boggle and a Little Benny Fufu going to do their best on this turret. They have a 16,000 gold advantage, and it's looking to get even bigger here as they work down that first turret as the top lane works to take down this inner. Oh, Elise repels up to avoid any turret shots in her effort to close out this game as quickly as possible. And it looks like there, Kitten will destroy the turret. Malzahar will be left defending. Caitlyn has taken up posts in the base. Still is level 4 at almost 11 minutes into the game against a level 9 Onamenga. I want to see how hilariously fast Riven is able to burst down Elite Muffin. They finally take out the turret in the bottom, so that's 3 turrets to 0. 18,000 gold to 10,000. And everyone's retreated. They're now forming a very solid defensive structure around this base. As you can see, there's separate lines of defense. First, you have the turret, then you have the inhibitor, which is just kind of used there as a health cushion. Now you have this ward. This ward is very key there. It grants you vision around where you already had vision. And then you have Walter H. White, who is pussying back just a little bit, and then Elite Muffin behind him, the level 4 Caitlyn, going to be a little bit stronger than a caster minion at this point. But here it is, the Nexus turret going down, number 1 at 11 minutes and 34 seconds. Number 2 actually doing work on Onamenga. He has to be careful about this one. We might see Walter H. White coming in. Meanwhile, Butt Pounder is pushing in that mid lane. And this looks to be a base race. That is, it's heavily slanted in one team's favor. Oh, Support Daddy with the fade away. Dark Binding. Zarog flashes in. And it looks like this could be the game. Oh, Malzahar flashes in. And he's not able to grab out the kill on the Zarog. Onamenga, though, caught up in a bad spot. Elite Muffin, the level 4 Caitlyn, won't be able to take him out. That Space Aid's not enough to finish off his health bar. No! He died to a minion or something. I don't know. He died. This Nexus is going down here. 12 minutes and 24 seconds. 25, 26. This is going to be the fastest game we've ever seen on the stream. The culling comes across Kitten. No! Kitten, no! He repels in the air. Zalrog about to fall here. Elite Muffin takes the kill before he falls. The Nexus is so low, but no one... Oh, there it is. Game goes over here to Team Cake. Well played. I'm just kidding. That was an awful game presence. I'm sorry. Mundo needs some pepper with all that salt. Well, that was something.